Hey guys, this is your girl, Miss Analytical, coming to you with a new video on Spreaker.com and on YouTube. I just want to say thank you to everybody that has been consistently watching my videos on YouTube and listening to my podcast on Spreaker.com. I really want to say thank you because without you all, I really wouldn't have the viewership that I have. My channel is growing and I really appreciate all the love and support. Thank you very much. Now, today I really want to discuss the whole issue with Monique versus Netflix again. Like I say, she's a gift that keeps on giving, and I love every moment of it. I truly do. But I really want to focus on the contract because I think it's really important to understand the focus of the boycott. Whether you like it or not, what Monique is doing is important to Black politics. We need people in the industry like Monique who's willing to stand up against the corporations who are not properly paying people of color, particularly Black people, the right way. Like they're paying those in the dominant society, let's say real, who are white, because that's the truth. I want to go ahead and read the contract because I want everybody to get a true understanding of why Monique boycotted. And I think that if we see it or even hear it, we'll get an understanding. And we'll probably say, maybe she did the right thing by not taking a $5,000K. Or maybe we'll say, well, I probably would have took it. But then again, I probably would have took it because I'm not in that industry. I only make about $50,000 a year. So $500K is a lot of money. And yeah, for a person who doesn't work in the industry, it is. So I'm going to read you the entire email conversation. And I'm going to say that the email conversation, Monique was not directly included in it. She was mentioned in it as an artist in terms of the deal, the negotiation that was on the table. So I'm going to read you the whole entire email. It reads, "Hi, Ricky. Just following up. Thanks." And this was sent by Jamal Adams, who was the director of business and legal affairs in the original comedy division of Netflix. And this email was sent on December the 13th, on a Wednesday in 2017 in the morning of 11:03 a.m. So he follows up with says, "Hi, Ricky. I'm pleased to send you our proposed terms for a Monique Netflix original comedy special. Please review the terms below and get back to us by the expiration date. Looking forward to hearing from you. Many thanks, Jamal." Now, the confidential proposal of terms states that Netflix original stand-up special featuring Monique, in parentheses, artist. Now, these were the terms. 1 hour special to be shot at a date location, TBA, to be approved by Netflix. 2, Netflix owns copyright of program and controls all exhibition rights. Meaning that they could sell the special. She wouldn't own the rights to the special. She wouldn't be an executive producer. They would. 3, Netflix retains all audio only rights in and to the special. 4, for 12 months after our premiere, Monique cannot tape or negotiate with any third party with respect to her next comedy special. After this 12 months, we get first refusal rights for her next special. So this is important because that means that Monique would not be able to have a comedy special. She would not be able to even negotiate one for one that would happen within the next year. She would have to wait after the full 12 months to negotiate. And then once the 12-month period ended, Netflix would get the first negotiation rights to her next special. Meaning that she would still be under Netflix. And they would have control over her art. And they could also refuse the rights for her next special. You understand? So the refusal rights could say, oh, we're not allowing her to do another Netflix special. You understand? So they could refuse it. So they would still have control. Okay. Now the 5th one. For 24 months after our premiere, we asked that Monique not perform or use the material from our special in any recorded program. Audio only or audiovisual work. Then we ask for a first negotiation refusal right after the 24 months in the event she does want to use the material elsewhere. So now we're talking about what she writes and produces. She can't use it in any shape or form in terms of audio or visual work. So it can't be something that's going to be on a show or in a movie, or something that's going to be, let's say, on, Google Play, the CD, which they don't really do anymore, like a comedy album. So she couldn't use that to make it off a comedy album and profit it off of herself. Netflix would have to profit off of it. And they're going to also get first negotiation refusal rights after 24 months in the event she does want to perform the material elsewhere. So they could tell her simply, no, Monique, what you performed on that Netflix comedy special is what we own. Then, number 6, Monique gets written and performed by credit, EP credit, company logo credit. 7, Monique agrees to market promote the special. Now, number 6, she does get executive producer credit. Now, this is what bothers me about number 6. If I'm getting executive producer credit, why are you going to offer me $500K? Shouldn't it be like $2 million? You're going to have me executive producer special. I'm no longer just a worker. I'm actually in control of the production. But yet it's still on the contract, it's what you all are saying. So the contract is a contradictory in itself. 7, she has to agree to market and promote the special. That I think that one, even if this was a crummy, that was fair. If you're going to have a special on my network, I think that anybody should promote the special within a company. If you're not going to promote something and you want it on my show and I'm paying you and you don't do it, then I think we should cancel all terms. And I'm not mentioning that in the context within the email and the contract. I'm talking about just in general terms. So number 7, I think, is a fair one. Just in general. Number 8, Netflix retains creative and business controls, including choice of production company and final cut. Number 9, for the above, I can offer a talent fee of $500,000, with Netflix also covering the production budget of $310,000 for an all-in fee of $810,000. So for the production of it, which is probably like the venue where it's going to be held, who's going to do the lighting, who's going to do the sound, who's going to, make sure the seating arrangements is good, all those things, her clothes, her hair, they were going to come out of that. So in all in sale, it was going to be $810,000. Number 10, all terms confidential to the parties. Reserving right to add and revise the above. These terms shall expire end of day December 20th, 2017. Once closed on these material terms, I will draft the paperwork for signature. Thanks. Jamal Adams, Director of Business and Legal Affairs, Original Comedy. Now, I'm going to say something. And the first thing I'm going to say, and I'm going to be fair, the terms that Netflix may have, they may be terms that they always have for everybody that does a special exclusively for Netflix. So that in itself, that just may be how Netflix do their business. We don't know. This is our first time that the general public is seeing the Netflix special proposal of terms and how they do contracts. So that's what I think is important. We have to keep in mind that this may be how they do business in general. Now, I'm going to deviate from that. If you call a person a comedy legend and they've been in the game for going on 29 years, you don't offer them $500K. And you don't offer a person who's won an Academy Award $500K. That is crumbs. I don't care what you say. It don't matter if she if she hasn't been visible enough. The woman was in a movie last year. Oh no, stand corrected. A year and 2 months. She was in a movie. That was a hit. Okay? She was even nominated for an Emmy 3 years ago. Okay? The woman is the only Black female comedian to come from the urban comedy world to win an Oscar. She comes from urban comedy. Okay? This is a woman who came from UPN, a network that people would crack jokes on. And she came up and she legitimized the network. Okay? She legitimized herself to say, I'm somebody that can be taken serious, because I went from doing comedy to doing not just dramatic roles, because she did a dramatic role before Precious, and that was the movie Shadowboxer, okay? Where she played a drug-addicted secretary who was murdered. And that movie was produced by Lee Daniels, because that's how they met. All right? She goes from that to go into Precious and wins every award in the world practically. And she is the most decorated comedian when it comes to that. Yes, she is a comedy, and yes, the role was a dramatic role, but she is still first and foremost a comic. She is a comedian, and she deserves to be respected for her art and her talent, just like anybody else who would be given the right, who has been given the opportunities, okay, who hasn't put in the years that Monique has. Regardless of whether you love her or hate her, because it seems like a lot of y'all hate the woman, and she's never done anything to you all. Most of y'all haven't even met her. She was treated unfairly, given the offer of $500K. You want to own my art? You want me to sell you my art for $500K? It don't matter that I haven't been in movies since I won Oscars. It doesn't matter. $500K. And for 12 months, I can't perform. For 24 months, I can't use the material that I use in the Netflix special anywhere else. And then when I want to do another special, you want to have dibs on that. So what happens after the second one? Are you going to want to have dibs on the third one? Is this going to be, I'm going to be trapped in a closet? Because this is what it's going to be seeming like as she did that. And I feel as though this is a slave contract. This is a slave contract. And I am so glad that she said hell no to this shit. But I'm more than happy that she exposed the world to it. She said to boycott. Now, I want to say something. Monique never said that she wanted 13 million, let alone 20 million. All Monique wanted was to be treated fairly, and to be offered the same amount and given a chance. But I mean the same amount. I'm not saying the same amount as Chris Rock, Amy Schumer, but I'm saying the same amount in terms of what the majority of famous comedians are getting. You understand? So with that being said, I'm going to end it off with this. I want us as Black people to think before we say our words, to think before we comment. I want us to really understand Black politics, because this right here is essential to our survival as Black people in America. If we don't understand negotiation deals in general, and we can't articulate it, and we can't articulate what's going on, that's sad. It makes sense now why we're in the position that we're in. We didn't back Monique. We backed Netflix, a company that doesn't pay us to watch. We pay them to use their services. Okay? Netflix didn't give us anything. So with that being said, I just want to say to all those people that's against Monique, please just rethink your position. Just please rethink it. And on that note, I want to say thank you for tuning in to my show. Thank you for tuning into the video, and thank you for supporting Miss Analytical. Okay, I'm your host, Miss Analytical, and have a wonderful evening. Bye.